All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. All right. So, let's catch back up on the chat. Good morning, Missouri. How you doing, man? Good morning, Live Gains. What's up, brother? Huguetes, good morning. Big Money, good morning. Arians World, good morning. What's up, man? Oh, whoa. Sorry, guys. Had a lag on the stream. Not a lag, but had an echo on the stream. Good morning, Arians World. Joe, Michael, Benitez, good morning. I'm been in the red that now I'm see myself second thinking that I catch myself seeing waiting before you know it's 10:30 and missing the entrance. What do you recommend I do? Uh, First of all, I don't really I can't quite understand what you're trying to say. It sounds like you are second guessing yourself maybe and waiting before you know it's 10:30 and missing the entrance. Yeah, man, you just gotta kind of plan out your niche, but you just gotta find your niche and practice it, man. It's just practice. Um, Netron, what's up, brother? Good morning. Live gains, yeah, for sure, man. Let's do it. Been trading on Webull straight cash, but got stuck in a trade on a GFV trigger, so had to hold and watch my 115 profit turn into a 60-cent loss per share. That's rough, man. That's rough, brother. Good morning, Tiny. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, yesterday was green, Tiny, although small for both Mitch and I. So, yeah, it's kind of weird, man. Yesterday was my sixth green day in a row. That was 6 green days in a row. All on stream, all documented and live, traded on stream, so I can't really hide anything. You guys can see my account balance and everything like that. But yeah, so I was telling my wife about it. Since I've been doing really well trading, I've kind of turned into like super superstitious. I was gonna say super superstitious, but that wouldn't have worked. I turned into I'm very superstitious now. It's actually really weird. And so it's like I have to have the same coffee I've been having every day because I don't, it's like I've had so many green days. In the last 2 weeks I've had one losing day. And so I've turned to be really superstitious. It's actually funny. Good morning, Cole. Kiki, good morning. The best, good morning. What's up, Manny? How you doing, brother? Oh man, yeah, guys. My wife's had bronchitis, and so um yeah, I feel bad at Manny. Like I texted you already, Manny. Sorry I haven't gotten back to you, brother. But yeah, my wife has bronchitis. She actually had to go to the hospital yesterday. She's fine. She just wanted to get checked out and make sure she was okay. And so she's back home fine, and she's fine now. But yeah, it's been kind of hectic over here. What's up, Shruba? All right. So we have PRQR gapping up from 795 to 1275. This is a huge gap up, almost 100%. And it did get all the way up to 14. And so really big gap up. Definitely going to watch this one. Maybe for a short is what I'm really looking for, under 12. Also watching WATT gapping up from 1233 to 1350. Keeping an eye on this one as well. See if we can come back down and fill some of this gap. MNKD gapping up from 208 to 229. Not the biggest gap up, although I wouldn't really call it small, but it's moving a decent amount, and it moved a lot yesterday, and so for that reason I'm watching MNKD. CRON, these cannabis stocks are going crazy, man. I know a lot of people are starting to actually fundamentally invest in these cannabis stocks. I just can't bring myself to do it. I'm just not an investor. I just, maybe one day I'll start investing in stocks, but I like trading stocks more, and I think that's what I'm good at. And so, yeah, along with CRON and these other cannabis stocks, we have TLRY is another cannabis stock. CGC. Let me pull up CGC here. CGC gapping up from 52.40 to 55.60. Yeah, let me check my watch list. We have NSU. You can see NSU here. I posted my watch list to the chat as well. NSU gapping up from 374 to 443. Let me start filling in some of these. I guess I'm going to watch GERN again, although I need to see some more volume. There's V-Cell. You can see V-Cell here. Gapping up some. We got INNT. Had a crazy day yesterday. Going to watch that one. COUP. Coop. A little bit more expensive stocks, but COUP is gapping up. NEPT too. Definitely going to watch NEPT. TLRY. Just trying to look at my watch list, make sure I don't have anything twice. NSU, VSO. I got VSO twice. Do I have CGC? No, I don't. TLRY. Okay. Yeah. I can put... You know, really, I like NEPT here. Alright, I gotta drink some coffee. Let me catch back up in the chat, guys. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah, I know live gains. I honestly, I don't really believe it, to be honest here. Like, it's not like I'm actually thinking that the superstitions are actually helping my trading. I just think it's kind of a natural thought process of like a trader. You know what I mean? I think it's just a natural thought process of like, you know, I've been having green day after green day, nothing but green days. You know, let me just do exactly what I did the day before. I think it's probably human nature to think like that. But no, I agree. Superstition isn't good. The reason it's not good is because if you do one thing wrong on that day, mentally, it could really affect you, and it could kind of throw you off your game, even though it has nothing to do with any of it. Like, for instance, if you think that every time you open the door 3 times in the morning, you know, it makes you a profitable day, you know, and then you don't have time to open 3 doors in the morning, then you're going to end up, it's going to throw your day out of whack, and you're going to be, you know, stressed out about it. And so I don't think superstitions are good as well. I don't think I did the best job explaining that, but you know what I mean. But yeah. Appreciate it, Tiny. Nice. I'm up 107 to 141 in my paper account. I have 50 shares of F and TEUM holding to most likely sell today if needed. Hey, nice work, Tiny. Good job. Glory Projects. I do have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/beginner trades. It's not beginner trading. It's beginner trades. So beginner TRADES. What's up, Outsiders? Good morning, Insurance. Good morning, Jose. But yeah, just keep working at it, Tiny. You know, trading is just a grind, man. You just got to work at it, and you got to practice and back test until you find something that works. And if you find your niche, you know, just stick with it, rinse and repeat. You know, do what works. Good morning, Outsiders. Jose, Insurance. Hoping to short Apple, but it's going up still. Yeah, I don't touch stocks like that, man. Another trader I know made 8K on MNKD recycling shares. That is commission intensive strategy. Looks tough but profitable. Yeah, for sure, man. That's what Mitch did yesterday. You know, Mitch would, you know, buy at the top of a dip, sell at the bottom, reload once it got to the top, and he ended up coming back from like a $60 loss, and he ended up being profitable in the day. Actually, I think he ended the day. He sent me a picture. He said he kind of went for it yesterday after the stream ended, and I think he was up like $300 yesterday, and so I think he started trading some once the stream ended. Yeah, PRQR is definitely one I'm watching. Van. Let's talk what matters. Share size. Yeah, for sure, man. It's time, live gains. I got to do it, brother. What's up, Track Racer? Good morning. Yeah, Florida sounds nice, man. Yeah, I'm in Texas, man. The weather's been pretty terrible. All my family in Louisiana, they are getting ready in case the hurricane hits or the tropical storm or whatever it is. And so, yeah, the weather hasn't been great over here. What's up, Cool? What's up, Keith? Yeah, for sure, Glory Projects. I'll probably get back to you after the stream ends, man. Who got this? Jose, good morning. Insurance. Yeah, man, Mitch ended up doing really well yesterday. Yeah, Tiny. I mean, form, it's tough to explain. Like, I think, I think if you have a profitable strategy, like a profitable way to approach the pattern, I think any pattern can be profitable. I think you have to have the right way to approach it. Like the VWAP fade, for instance, like I do the same thing every time. If you look at a VWAP fade, the best example I have of one is from Staff. Probably, let's see. I'm going to have to edit this a little bit. But yeah, if you approach it the right way, I mean, you can make any setup or pattern profitable. Like, for instance, if I look at Staff here, I know this is a good example of VWAP fade. Yeah, here it is. If I look at Staff here, I do the same thing every time. I buy right around the VWAP. I set my price target at the low of the day down here, right? And so even if it gets rejected at this low of the day, it's still going to be a small winner or a break-even trade, right? So if I ended up getting stopped out, or if I take a partial here and then it bounces all the way back up to where I entered the trade or more, I could still get out for a break-even trade or a small winning trade. But if it does make this really big drop all the way down to the next support level under that, it will be a much bigger winner. And so regardless of what it does, even if it stops me out here, it's pretty good risk to reward. I could set a tight risk, but it's about learning what to do in the trade, and that strategy has helped me a ton because, like I said, if it ends up getting rejected here and it fails to break the low down here, I can just get out when it pushes up for a break even or small win. But if it does actually break the low of the day here and keep going down, it's a much bigger winner. And so I think, with any strategy, you just have to find the right way to approach it. And, I think if you do that, any pattern can be profitable. Sorry for ranting here. Yeah, for sure, man. I love Florida. I have some family that lives out in Florida. And I like the Texas weather too. I mean, I'm in Texas. I love Texas weather for the most part. It's just so hot during the summer. I'm from Louisiana, so it's not really that much different. Let's see how many of these are tradable. Hey, you got some subs on Twitch, man? Let me know your Twitch channel, Insurance. I'm curious about it, man. Let me know. I'll check it out. But yeah, PRQR. What's up, Felix? Good morning, brother. PRQR is not tradable. That's ridiculous, man. I was really excited about that one. CRON is, MNKD is, NEPT. Okay, so 3 out of 4 of my top watches are tradable. That's good. NSU, no. So that's 2 out of 5. GERN is 2 out of 6. INNT is 2 out of 7. 2 out of 8. 2 out of 9. 2 out of 10. 2 out of 11. Alright, so 2 out of 12 are not tradable on my watch list, and that's fine. PRQR is the one I'm the most disappointed about. And so I'm just going to have to watch something else instead. Maybe INNT or VCEL, probably VCEL, VCEL here is what I'm looking at. Let's see. Alright, so let's look up the news really quick. Before I do that, today's news is brought to you by SnapTrade. That's SNAPTRADE.US. If you're interested in SnapTrade, it's a really awesome free website for traders to take advantage of. It has these pre-selected scans if you're interested in just looking in your sect. For instance, there's penny stocks, 52-week highs, 52-week lows, top losers, top movers, stuff like that. But I can go to the watch list section, and this is what I've really been using them for lately. You can see a few people have shared their watch list with me, and I share my morning watch list with a decent amount of people there, probably 20 or 30 people each morning, a little bit earlier in the market day. I actually forgot to do it this morning, guys, so I apologize about that. Like I said, my wife has bronchitis, and so I wasn't able to do it this morning. But I can share my watch list with people earlier in the market day, and that way people can see what I'm looking at, earlier in the morning before the stream starts. It also has this really cool scanning tool. And like I said, it has all these pre-selected scans like high gainer penny stocks, high gainer volatile stocks, upcoming earnings, crypto even. It has cryptocurrencies for you to keep track of, tell you, the different catalysts and signals with the cryptos. And so I thought that was pretty cool as well. It also has a discovery feature, which is like a really nice top list. But I've also been using them to get the news on my stocks. And so, for instance, if I just want to see the news on all the high gainers in the market or on my watch list, I can click that and it will show me the news. And so go check them out. Really awesome free website for you to take advantage of. It's called SnapTrade, SNAPTRADE.US. And I'll go ahead and post the link in the chat. So just give me 1 second. And then we'll go over the news to see why some of these are moving. But yeah, man, the cannabis stocks have been growing crazy. There's the link to SnapTrade. Yeah, what's up, B. Bauer? Yeah, brother, I'm in Houston too, man. IGC. I'll check it out. Yeah, man, IGC, the cheapest cannabis stock in play right now. I mean, it's tanked some, but it rebounded. Let's see if it's tradable. It used to not be tradable, and so let's see if Tef's added it. They usually do a pretty good job of adding it, but they haven't added this one yet. I mean, this is just a cannabis stock, and so there's a lot of sympathy plays to take advantage of. Alright, so I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab some more coffee, so just give me 1 second. Yeah, for sure. I'll take a look at PRQR, Swing Trading Solutions. The only problem is it's not tradable for me. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Oh man, my Mac laptop broke, and so I have this huge Asus gaming laptop that I used to play games on a few years ago, and so that's what I've been using. It has my laptop here. All right, so let's look up some of these news. The first one I'm going into is, I guess I'll do PRQR. That's probably the main watch, or that's probably the biggest gapper. I can't trade it, unfortunately, but I still, I know you guys probably can. And so I'll look up PRQR. All right, let's see why this is moving. Alright, so PRQR, it looks to be moving because The company disclosed positive interim results for their phase 1.5 or 1 and 2 clinical trial of QR110. They plan to start phases 2 and 3, which is a pivotal trial. And so, yeah, they had basically positive results and positive data come back about their biodrug for PRQR. And so that's ultimately why it's moving. That looks interesting. So, yeah, it actually has a real catalyst. Next one I'm looking up is NEPT. You can see it's the top right chart on my list, NEPT. I don't really see a catalyst for NEPT. I mean, yeah, no catalyst for NEPT. It's just up on momentum. Definitely going to watch that one maybe for a potential short down to about 450 is what I'm looking at. MNKD is just up on technicals from yesterday. I remember that one. I guess I could put something else out on MNKD to see. But yeah, I think MNKD is just up on momentum from yesterday. Yeah, so next what I'm looking at is, I'm not going to even look at Cron because, I mean, I know it probably doesn't have anything new out. Just, you know, the cannabis industry, they state, is heating up as Canada's marijuana legalization is coming close. Another one I'm looking at is NSU. NSU, gapping up from 374 to 440. Let's see why it's moving. Looks a little kind of like an acquisition maybe, actually, before I even look it up. Let's see if I'm right. Ah, boom. Nevsun Resources earlier announced it will be acquired by Zen Mining for $1.41 billion. So NSU is getting acquired, and that's why it's moving. It looks like an acquisition. The way you can really tell if a stock is if it looks like an acquisition, if it has a big gap and then it has a pretty tight range after it gaps a lot. That's usually what acquisitions, mergers look like. So yeah, I was right with that one. Next one I'm looking at is VCEL. VCEL, gapping up from 1165 to 1355. I don't think this one has any news either. This one's just up on momentum as well. I don't see any news for VCEO. So also looking at COUP. A little bit more expensive of a stock, but it is gapping up from 72 to 81. So basically almost $10, just a little bit under $10. So yeah, COUP is up on good earnings, and they also stated they earned an adjusted profit of 5 cents a share. They beat the estimated loss of 9 cents a share for the period. So, yeah, COUP is good earnings, better than expected results. And that's about it, guys. There's not really any other stocks that are up that look like they're up that aren't on technicals or momentum. And so that's about it. Let's see. Let me put this big computer down now. All right, so let me check the chat. Appreciate the sub. Dracorian, Jeff, Kurt, Josh C. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so most of this stuff is tradable, so that's pretty good to see. Also, I forgot to put in the chat. Let me open this up. Sorry, guys, just drinking my coffee. I think the streams are running a little bit smoother today. Let me know if it's not. All right, so yeah, so 6 green days in a row, all documented live on stream, and so I've streamed all my trading days live for the last year, just about. But yeah, 6 trading days, 6 green days in a row. Let me catch back up on the chat. The only thing that matters, yeah, I'm Track Racer. Yeah, man, for sure. Track Racer. Yeah, man, Snap Trade is legit, man, for sure. Yeah, they need to add IGC. Honestly, Snaptrade is so on top of everything. They sent me an email last week. Yeah, I like working with Snaptrade, man. It's a really cool free website. They do a lot of stuff. They add a lot of filters and a lot of stuff to those scans to try to give you the best results possible. So, is it tradable when the short size is 0? No. So it depends. So whatever it says under short size is not relevant. The only thing that matters is it tradable? So like it can say whatever it wants under short size, but if it says in next to is tradable, then it's not tradable. And even if short size says 0, or if it has nothing under short size, but it has a Y under is tradable, that means you can short it, you can trade it as much as you want. And so short size doesn't really matter. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. So we got a decent amount of movers today. We'll see if I can keep the streak going. Like I said, 6 green days in a row. Sorry, a little distracted here. My wife's sending me some text messages. Let me catch back up on the chat. AMD Long, what's up, Eric? Let's see. Yeah, for sure. That's exactly right. Like I said, a tight range is what you can really see. Like you can really see if it's an acquisition or buyout by how tight the range is. Good morning, REPH. Yeah, I think I looked at REPH yesterday and it wasn't tradable for me. Yeah, it wasn't. Had a nice little fade there though. Yeah, I'm watching CRON for sure. I mean, this one's just been running or moving a lot every day now. I'm a little skeptical of it. I traded this one yesterday, but I'm watching it for sure. SLS7. Yeah, it needs some more volume. You know, I want to see it do something. Yeah, I like INNT. I'm watching INNT, really extended from yesterday. Yeah, I like INNT. Really extended from yesterday. Up a ton in the last week or so. I could really see INNT starting to come back down here, and so I'm for sure watching INNT. Appreciate the sub, John. Appreciate the sub, Yellow. Appreciate the appreciate the subs, guys. Welcome. And so yeah, I'm gonna be watching INNT for sure. My coffee might be drinking me insurance. Who knows, brother? ASTC. Needs more volume. Too slow for me. S-Bot? I remember S-Bot. Yeah, it is an oldie, man. Hey, it is moving some. I mean, not enough range. Probably not tradable. Nope, not tradable, unfortunately. Yeah, for sure, insurance. I mean, hey, man, it's still like that for the most of the time. I was arguing with my dad about it yesterday. You know, I was trying to tell my dad. My dad is like super skeptical in the stock market. He thinks it's like a total scam. He thinks it's completely random. And he thinks that everything's a scam, you know. And so I was trying to tell him yesterday, I was like, you know, Dad, I was like, I'm averaging one losing day a week in the last month. I was like, in the last 2 weeks, I've had one losing day, you know. And I was like, and my accuracy rate has remained the same at around 72, 73% the entire time. And so the chances of me doing that and hitting the same accuracy rate week after week being completely random is super, super low. And so that basically means it's not random, that I actually have an edge in the market. He still wouldn't believe me. He still argued with me about it. But hey, you know, some people are just, you know, some people are just against it, man. They just don't want to believe. CYCC7. Yeah, for sure, man. One big red day, and it's gone. That's why I get a little nervous about using bigger sizing. SNES deals, no terms. I always think of Super Nintendo when I see this stock. Too slow. FCSC. Yeah, I don't mind FCSC. It actually looks good. I'll watch this one for sure. I'll keep this one on my other list. This one used to not be tradable. Let's see if they added it. Nope, still didn't add it. Yeah, I can remember the ones that aren't tradable because it sucks. Because I can't trade them. AMD. I'll take a look at AMD. It's too high float for me to really mess with. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. I don't mind it. This one's been pretty bullish lately. But yeah, it doesn't look bad. CORV. Not too bad. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's part of a different generation. You know, from what he said, he's had friends that have lost tons of money in the market, like tons of money, you know. And so he's heard the wrong side of it, you know. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was thinking about just sending him my profit and loss. Just sending him my profit and loss, see if that would work. All right, guys. So we got to get ready for the open. How's the stream running? Is it running better? It's running. Running much better today. That's good to see. All right, guys. Yeah, we got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, guys. Yeah, for sure. I mean, who get this? I mean, here's the thing, man. If you've had friends that have lost tons of money, and especially any type of short-term trading is a little sketchy. It really is. It's like even I questioned it. And it's like I said before, you know, I think every trader kind of questions whether day trading can actually be a profitable endeavor. And that's why it's so surreal for me to be making these consistent gains like that, is because I didn't, you know, deep down inside, I don't know if I ever really thought it would happen, you know. doubted myself a little bit, and so it's really nice to see some like solid, consistent gains. But yeah, gotta try to use a little bit larger sizing today. The big thing is like if I take a larger loss today, that's fine because I'm trying to go for it. I'm trying to take my shot here, and if I have to buy another Tefs or TradeNet account, that's fine. I just want to take my shot. CHKE. Yeah, CHKE is usually a high float stock. We got 1 minute, guys. I got to go grab something. I'll be right back. Whew, alright, I'm sprinting over here. Alright, I'm still good. I didn't want to miss the open. Alright, so. Whew. Yeah, I mean, I'm confident, but I mean, I think when you do anything for years and fail at it consistently, I think after a certain point you're going to start doubting yourself. I think I'm just stubborn and I'm really competitive, and so I was going to be successful at trading no matter what. It's something I'm passionate about, and I think I'm just stubborn and stuck with it long enough to actually turn that kind of point where I'm actually profitable. All right, guys, market opens up right now. Good luck. All right, so looking at Cron, MNKD. Coop, INNT. Pulling back some here. INNT is one I'm watching. Broke down underneath the VWAP. CGC washing. Some of these other cannabis stocks washing. Most of the time, these cannabis stocks have they fake people out. Like the last 2 days or so, I think these cannabis stocks kind of faked people out. They would drop and then they would just shoot up. And so we'll see if it does it again today or if it actually gets a bigger wash. Good morning, James. What's up, brother? Looking at NEPT, looking at INNT, VCell. All of these really don't look bad. It's just about determining which one. Watching VCell. Cron looking weak here still. I like NEPT. The VWAP needs to drop down a little bit more. The VWAP's too high up there. It's too close to the high of the day. If it gets squeezed up, it could get squeezed up hard there. Just waiting for my shot here, waiting for my trade. Looking a little bit better for NEPT. INNT squeezed up huge. INNT still running, man, and this is the second day in a row it's done that. So looking at VCell here. Also, MNKD doesn't look too bad. I don't like this big bounce back up here. And it's just not quite the pattern I'm looking for. I do like NEPT here, but it's too late. I missed it. That would have been a beautiful trade. All right, let's see. I might slowly start scaling into a position here on any PT if it can get a little bit higher. All right, I'm in with 100 shares on any PT. Is my thinkorswim lagging some here? All right, I'm in with another 100 shares on any PT. Stop is going to be 471 or 472 maybe. I'm going to give it a little bit of room. 470. Got to be careful here. I don't want to see a squeeze up. $72. A little nervous about this one, to be honest. If it touches 73, I'll probably get out. I just don't want to get squeezed up and have it hit the high of the day, which is what I'm the most worried about at this point. I like that drop. It's a little bit better. 66, nice. All right, so let's see if it gives me a little bit more here. I was a little late with my entry, I believe, with this one. 60. Oh, man. I was nervous right there, man. All right, let's let it go. $58, $62. I'm going to set a tight stop at this one now. Maybe $67, $68. I still think it looks pretty weak, but I'm going to set a tight stop here. I don't like that squeeze up it had. So I'll just give it some time, see if it cracks the lows. Here's 60. Target is low of the day right here at 454. I'll take a partial of like 100 shares. Yeah, I see Cron VWAP rejecting there. All right, there's 57. Yeah, what I did wrong with this trade is that I entered it a little bit too early. I got too aggressive. There we go, 57. Let's see if we get a low of the day crack. Bounce up to 60. Tad worried about a double bottom here, but I want to see it crack these lows again. 58, 56, good. Up another spike back up to 59. 58. 60. 62 may get squeezed up here. If set my stop at 57 or 67. Second VWAP test here. Alright, I got out for a $9 loss. I did not like that squeeze up. And it may be faking me out here, but the market's acting a little weird today, honestly. I like FCSC there, and GERN maybe for a VWAP rejection here is what I'm looking at. Needs a little bit more volume. NEPT just doesn't look reliable. Alright, so I was way too nervous in that trade. I didn't like being that nervous. Could have gotten out. At this point, it's a tiny loss on the day. And really, I'm looking at CRON here, GERN here. But I was way too nervous in NEPT, which means maybe I'm using too big of sizing with that 200 shares. A lot of bearish or a lot of bullish moves today, though. Most of the stocks I'm watching are pushing up today. Man, but look at MNKD. That thing just shot up again. But yeah, I'm watching GERN at this point. If I do jump in something like this, it would have to be bigger sizing. Like 300 shares maybe. But the volume's just so low, and it may have some support here at 590s. But it doesn't look bad. See if we get a little bit of a bounce to 6. AMD. Yeah, I mean, AMD had a nice little VWAP fade here. I don't know if it quite got low enough or high enough for me to take advantage of it here. Kind of wanted to get in GERN here, but I don't know. The volume, the market is not ideal for what I look for. Most of this stuff has been bouncing back, and I don't really see that many washouts today. The only washouts I see are COUP, which is COUP, COUP, and AMD. FCSC maybe looks like a good fade, and some of these cannabis stocks are starting to reverse here. GERN looked good. Yeah, I should have jumped in GERN with that 300 shares, but hindsight. It's only 13 minutes, so we still got a little bit of time. I'm just going to wait, find a good setup. Not going to chase, force anything. But yeah, you can see how choppy today is. The one trade I had that losing trade on, NEPT. Look how choppy that thing is, man. It looked good for a little bit, and I was up like 14, 15 bucks at one point, but wanted a little bit bigger gain than that. I'm trying to take my shot here and go for it. And aside from that, I don't even see anything that's really setting up for the fade. Washout, I just mean fail. I just mean drop. You know, drop is what I mean by washout. The only one I'm kind of kicking myself for not jumping into is GERN here. You see the fade right here. Looked good. Alright, so maybe watching VCEL here. The cannabis stocks are starting to tank some. COUP is bouncing back to the VWAP. Doesn't look that bad. TLRY. But yeah, a lot of these cannabis stocks are starting to tank here. Maybe WATT is what I missed. This was it right here. Missed it on WATT. Yeah, I'm just kind of watching. I don't really see too much I like right now. Kind of INNT maybe. If we can get in a bearish trend. VRA. VRA is starting to run. CBS is starting to tank. Well, there goes NEPT. I guess I should have just kept my 472 stop the whole time. You can see why I wanted to set it there, but honestly, it just wasn't predictable. Not for me and my patterns, at least. Alright, so keeping an eye on GERN here. INNT starting to really tank here. Look at INNT. I think it's probably going to bounce at 850. Maybe a little early. Nice, Marcus. Yeah, man, Marcus. WATT. That's the one that I'm kind of bummed out I missed. That and GERN. You know, I called GERN out here with this wash. Should have taken advantage of it when I saw it. And WATT. I like this wash here with an entry of right around here. But yeah, there goes GERN. Called it out. MBOT up 1,300%. Really? Acquisition merger or something like that is what's going on with that one. All right, so WATT, it already filled the gap. I'm not going to mess with it. It already filled the gap. Well, there goes my call out on GERN, though. At least it worked. Kind of kicking myself for not taking it. Looking at INNT at this point, though. INNT gets up to 908, 910. I'll take it. I don't know. The spread's a little gnarly. About a 13, 14 cent spread. Don't know if I like that. But yeah, look at MNKD go, man. But yeah, GERN, kind of bummed out I didn't take it right here at 6. I can't let myself get some FOMO now, though. I don't want FOMO. I'm really watching INNT at this point. INNT's up a ton in the last few days, and so if it gets up to 910, 912, I can get in with a risk of 920s, 928. So 15 cent risk. Not too bad. And 925 risk for a 912, 911 entry. Doesn't look bad. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the cannabis stocks are up so much. Appreciate the sub, Uka. Appreciate it. Oh, man. All right, so I'm watching INNT. The spread's too crazy, though, honestly. But yeah, there goes GERN. Called that one out. CGC tanking. Yeah, there goes Kron. Just washing. The only one I really like right now, guys, is maybe INNT if it gets up to 909 and the spread evens out some. The spread can get within 5 cents. It's not too shabby, but, you know, the spread's got to clear up some. I'm not going to jump in and be immediately down 12 cents a share. Yeah, it probably is. Actually, I didn't think of that earlier, James. You're probably right. I'm almost certain that that MBOT is probably a split. I'll look it up in a second, but yeah, that's probably accurate. That's probably correct. But yeah, I mean, I've had so many green days in a row. I think I just have to learn to lose. Um, you know, this is my second green day in 2 weeks, and so whenever green days be, it's a good problem to have, is to have so many have so many green days that to have so many green days that I don't know how to handle my red days. I just know on my red days like today, it's only my second red day in 2 weeks. That I cannot force trades. I can't revenge trade. I just gotta accept it sometimes, which is fine. Even though any PT, the stock I did jump in, ended up tanking hard, and I would have made a ton of money on it. Nike. Yeah, Nike's got all that drama going on. I mean, I'm not getting into politics, but yes, pushing up some. Looks bullish. See if we can break this high right here. TLRY. Kind of going around the VWAP here. But yeah, I really don't see anything I honestly like that much. Hey, at least my internet's acting right today. The only one I like, maybe GERN gets back up to 595. I'd consider it. But honestly, volume's a little low today aside from these cannabis stocks. But yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch GERN, see if it gets up to this level right here. See if it bounces up there. If it does, I might jump in with a few shares, set my risk at 98. V-cell tanking here. Look at V-cell, VCEL. Gonna look for a pullback to the VWAP. Yeah, INNT just didn't give me the entry. Really nice drop. Just didn't give me the entry back up to the 9s. What I was looking for. SRQR. Look at that INNT. See, the biggest thing is there's no entry with this one. I wanted it to get in at 906 or $9, and it just didn't give me that entry. But look at that drop, beautiful drop. Yeah, Abby, I think he stopped streaming PRQR. Yeah, I think he stopped streaming his scanner. He was in here earlier. Ask him if he's still here. PRQR, yeah. I mean, this would have been a beautiful, short. But it's not my setup. I probably wouldn't have taken it, in all honesty. It's just not my setup. But yeah, INNT taking that big move. GERN. None of these are giving me entries. A lot of this stuff's washing. But no really good entries here that I see. Oh, man. trying to look for good setups. WATT, you know, I'm just sticking to my setup. I don't see much. KC Mac, what is the longest time you've been in a day trade stock before exiting, trying to figure out why the strategy so far are getting out prematurely? I enjoy the daily education. Sorry, I'm reading some of these other comments. So I mean, I sometimes I hold a stock for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I just set a stop loss and walk away. I stopped doing that as much. Usually, you know, it all depends on your strategy, man. You know, like my strategy, the VWAP fade, you know, it's usually a very quick strategy. Like I usually hold it max 5-10 minutes. You know, the minimum I'm gonna hold it is like, you know, 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds if it drops enough for me to take some profits. But yeah, you know, it all depends on your strategy, man. You gotta just, you know, I think I said it before, you gotta back test, man. Back testing is the key to trading. Back testing is the key to trading, and it's something, you know, you get all these people trying to teach people how to day trade, and none of them say anything about back testing. You know, and if you're not back testing your setups, you're just taking other people's setups online, and you don't even know if they work. And so the real key to day trading is back testing. If you don't back test, you know, you don't know if it's going to work. It's just a coin flip. And so once I started actually back testing setups, that's when I started going, you know, like I said, last 2 weeks, if you include today, I've had 2 losing days in 2 weeks. All documented live on stream, and I feel like a huge reason why is just because I back tested the setup I'm using, and I know it works. And you know, when I back tested the VWAP fade, it had a 73% accuracy rate, and my trading has been lingering right around 71-72%, and I don't think that's a coincidence. And so back testing is the key to trading. If you're watching other people that are teaching you to trade and they're not telling you to back test, then they're not doing it right. Nothing for me today either, so it's time to head out. All right, Tiny. Hey, appreciate it. Have a good day. It just seems you lose out in the end sometimes. I mean, not really. I mean, my losing days, like, you know, my losing days today is $9. You know, that's a very small loss relative to the gains I've been making. The last 2 months, I've ended each week net profit. You know, I really turned a corner in the last 2 months. Anything before that, you know, my trading was not that good. Once I started back testing a few months ago, that's when my trading started to kick in, and I think I've ended each week net profit each week, and so I think it's mostly due to back testing. Yeah, for sure, classic. I mean, I'm really happy with 71-72%. I was trying to explain it to my wife. You know, honestly, 55-60% is good. You know, you can make millions just from 65-60%. So yeah, I'm really happy with 70% or 72%. Let me look it up. My last 2 weeks. I can look up my P&L real quick. Yeah, I mean, this is my trading from the last 2 weeks. This is my trading from the last 2 weeks, and so you can see I've had total in the last 2 weeks 4 losses trades. But when I say accuracy, I mean daily accuracy. But even my 2-week trade accuracy, I traded 15 times, 4 out of 15. Let me do the math real quick on that. Yeah, that's last 2 weeks. That's 73% accuracy, 73.3% accuracy in the last 2 weeks. So not too bad. The last month is probably around 65, 70%. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with how my trading's been. It's just about, I just use a back-tested strategy over and over again. I just use the VWAP fade. It's the only one I've actually back-tested. And so, I mean, yeah, it all depends. I've just been really strict with my trading, honestly. Like today, I got in one VWAP fade, but I saw a lot of other trades that I really considered getting into, like INNT. I almost got into it. GERN, what was a VWAP fade, and I missed it. But I'm very strict with my trading. If it's not the VWAP fade, if it's not the setup that I've been using to make all this money, then I'm not going to trade. I only trade that one specific setup, and if my streams are boring, or if it's dull in here and I'm taking whatever, people will get over it, because I'm just using the strategy that works for me. And the way I've been trading the last few weeks, I'm just going to keep rinsing and repeating that strategy because it works. And days like today are going to happen. A $9 loss is very small in the grand scheme of things. That's smaller than all of my winners, and so, a $9 loss is super small. I would like to start working. I put out that walkthrough video this weekend, and it was on the VWAP bounce. And the VWAP bounce is a legitimate strategy. Like if you look at MNKD here, this is a VWAP bounce right here. You see it pulls back down to the VWAP, bounces. And so that's where I'm looking to enter. Good risk area. I could set my risk at 256. And so, 9-cent risk. Potential reward is at the high of the day, so 283. So 264 to 283. 20-cent reward, so better than 2 to 1. 9-cent risk, 20-cent reward. So better than 2 to 1. So yeah, this is the next strategy I'm really working on. It's hard for me to pull away from the VWAP fade, but this is one I've been back testing that has shown a decent potential. I'm still in the process of back testing it though, and I'm not going to use it until I actually back test it enough over about a year's long period, a year sample. All right, Huguetes, nice work today, brother. Good job, man. Yeah, I mean, I lost $9 insurance. I'm not upset with it. It's fine. $9, and I had 300. I held 200 or 300 shares of that. I think 200 shares, and so a $9 loss is like really small. The thing that really hurts is that if you look at the trade I got into, I got in this one going short on this little VWAP fade here. I got in right here. I got in right there, and yeah, it just faked me out. Look at this wash. Would have been a beautiful trade. So I was actually correct with my thesis. It just faked me out, which is fine. Nice, Marcus. Hey, good job, brother. Killing it with Kron, man. Nice work, dude. James, what do you do your back testing on? I've got Thinkorswim but can't program or write code to save my life. Trying to learn because I've got a theory I want to test out. The way I back test, man, is I just look back at the charts. Right? And so, for instance, to give you an example, I would look at MNKD and say, okay, it worked here. And then if I looked at another one and it didn't work, let's look at one to see if it didn't work here. Yeah, VCEL. So right, like I can look at VCEL here and see that it didn't work. What I do is I look at, luckily I have all my watch lists documented on Twitter, and so I go back in time and I pull up all the stocks on my watch list and I just keep going back. And so for instance, if it worked here, I put it as 1, and if it worked here, I put it as 0, or if it worked here, I put it as 1 under like the fulfillment side, and then if it doesn't work, I put it as a 1 on the non-fulfillment side. And so then I tally them all up, and I go through the last year of my watch list and I tally them all up, and then I get the percentage of how many times it worked versus how many times it didn't work. on Thinkorswim. And so I don't program anything. I just kind of do it the old-fashioned way and just go back in time, you know, check down how many times it worked, how many times it didn't work, using the watch list that I upload on Twitter in the last year, and then, you know, get a percentage that route. And that gives me a pretty accurate number. Like I said, I tested the VWAP fade using that method, and it had a 73% accuracy rate. And like I said, my profit and loss, my trade accuracy in the last 2 weeks is 73%. And so that's not a coincidence. But yeah, that's basically what I do. How do I have my VWAP set optimal? I have my VWAP set at just the line. Like if you look at, where would it be? Studies. VWAP would be momentum. No. VWAP would be volatility. No. Market strength is what VWAP would be. So I just go to VWAP here. What did I do? I go to the VWAP, I go to edit study, and then I just go upper band, cancel the show plot, lower band, cancel the show plot, and then save it, and it just shows me the VWAP. There we go. Yeah, I'm not, man. I mean, I'm not gonna get in trouble for what you guys post in the chat, but I'm not gonna use that one. If it's another YouTube channel, that's one thing, but yeah, I mean, I'll just buy trade ideas, but I'm not gonna stream mine. I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. TLRY may be a little VWAP test here. TLRY. Look at that pullback, man. SGMO. Yeah, SGMO just tanked hard. But yeah, today just wasn't a good day for VWAP fades. And I mean, days like today happen. It's fine. Closest one I'm looking at is TLRY. I just got to look at the risk. If I got in here 830, 8130, risk could reasonably be set at 82.87. So that's about a 57-cent risk. Reward would be maybe 79. So if I get in at 81 down to 79, that's $2 risk, or that's $2 reward for 50-cent risk. Yeah, that's not bad. I try hard techie. I watch about 10 or 12. I have 3 monitors. 2 of them have charts on them. 1 of them has the chat. So I watch about 10 or 12. I got 8 charts on my right monitor, 4 that you can see here on my left, and then I have the chat on my far left monitor. Stuff starting to rebound. NEPT rebounding, GERN rebounding. Honestly though, it's just not my day. I'm not going to force anything. Alright, James, have a good one, brother. Good work today, man. See you tomorrow, bro. Cron. It's not quite up there yet. I'm very strict with the VWAP fade. I think you got to be very selective. And so the only way I may even take Cron, honestly, I probably still wouldn't take it, is if it got up here to the VWAP right there. If I got in there, I could reasonably set my risk at this level, 1290. And reward My risk would be here at 12.90. Reward, so from 12.70 to 12.90, 20-cent risk. Reward reasonably at 12.30, so from 12.90 to 12.30 would be 60-cent risk, or 60-cent reward for a 20-cent risk, so 3 to 1, but it would have to get all the way up here, which is probably unlikely. Now, any PT here doesn't look that bad. And I might jump in with 100 shares on any PT if it gets up to this VWAP. I really don't mind that. Set a tight risk at 457, 458, but it has to get up to 450. I'm tapping out, classic. I mean, I don't think I'm tapping out if I don't want to take another trade. I just got to wait for my setup. If it's not my setup, I'm not going to get into it. I may jump in any PT here. Yeah, I'm just going to jump in any PT here. Yeah, I'm in any PT with 100 shares. Goal is for it to drop down to 430. Tight risk. I mean, I'm going to let it work. Try to get back some of these profits on the day. But one thing I do, guys, is that I think one thing a lot of traders do is that when they have a losing trade, the next trade they take is bigger sizing, and I'm the opposite. So if I have a losing trade, my next trade is actually going to be smaller sizing. And so I'm just getting an NEPT with 100 shares. See if I can pull back some. And if it squeezes up, it squeezes up. I get out for a small loss. But yeah, I mean, I'm only trading my setup, guys. That's the only thing I'm getting into. Like, I only want my setup. If it's not my setup, I'm not trading it. You know, regardless of what anybody's saying in the chat, regardless of what anybody's saying, you know, I'm only going to trade my setup if it's not mine. I'm not touching it, you know. Alright, so I'm in with 100 shares on NEPT. Looking good. I like the way it looks right now. Down to 440s. See if we get a bigger drop here. I like how weak it looks at this point. Just gonna let this one go. Hey, appreciate it, Classic. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, like I said, regardless of what people say, appreciate the sub, AZ. But yeah, regardless of what people say in the chat or what anybody's saying, I'm just sticking to my plan, man. You know, like I'm just doing the setups at work. You know, any PT was a VWAP fade. That's the only reason I took this trade is because it pulled back to the VWAP. And, you know, I'm just going to let it work. You know, that's the one setup that works for me. That's what I'm going to keep using. You know, at this point, it's already dropped 5 cents for me. And so I can set a tight risk, get out for break even, small loss if it does squeeze. Hey, appreciate it, Classic. Hey, man, glad to have you here, brother. Man, look at Garn. Look at GERN. Yeah, this is the one trade I'm kind of kicking myself for not taking. Like, if you see this little bubble I drew up here, this was the entry right here. I called that one out perfectly in the chat, too, and it just didn't work. There we go. Nice. See if we get a bigger drop. I want a little bit bigger gain here. Look, I'm out. Hey, green day, guys. Another green day. Little scalp there on NEPT, but hey, there's my green day for the day. And with that said, I'm probably done, you know. Hey, appreciate it, Mr. Hanky. Nice name, by the way, bro. Yeah, we got a quick little 12 cents there on NEPT. And this is why I only look for the VWAP fade. If it's not that setup, I'm not touching it. Got in here. Wrote it down for my little push. You got my little 12 cents. Maybe could have held it longer. But yeah, that makes me, I didn't lose money today, so happy with that. Zach, sorry, brother. I'm out, man. Days like today, I'm a little bit apprehensive in this market. Just because I've seen a few stocks that, you know, first of all, it's a little late for me to be trading. I usually don't like trading past 10 o'clock market time. I usually don't like trading past then. And so when I see a green day, I'm out with this one. I could see it go all the way back down, but I covered at the support. And so, you know, I'm happy to just be out with a green day and be done for the day. Yeah, man. Yeah, like, right. Look, at this point, you know, I took my shot earlier. I took my shot earlier with this stock. I got in with 200 or 300 shares here, and it just didn't work out for me. I took a small loss. And so, like I said, after I have a losing trade, you know, I think one thing a lot of traders do wrong is that when they have losing trades, the next trade they take, they're so desperate to win back those original losses that they use larger sizing than they did originally. And I think that can just compound your losses to make them twice as big. And what I do is if I have a losing trade, I use smaller sizing after that. You know, because I'm not even trying to win back my losses. I'm just trying to have a good trade. If it's a good setup, I'll get into it. Hey, Jonah, $6 is $6, brother. I'll take it, man. It's not red, you know. If I see green here, I'm happy, you know. And like I said, today's a break-even day, if I'm being honest. But gross profits 7 days in a row. And so 7 days in a row I'm showing gross profit in my account, and so I'll take it. I could have, if I would have held it for 1 penny longer, it would have been net profit, but I didn't lose money today. I'll take it. But man, look at GERN. That's the one kind of FOMO trade I have today. If anybody wasn't here earlier, I called out GERN right here around 6. Almost took 300 shares here too. Almost jumped in with 300 shares right here around 6 for GERN. And just was a little skeptical of it, and I ended up missing out on a huge move. What is the size of your small account now? 13,818. But yeah, if you guys can learn anything from me today, also VSAL may be a little fade here. But if you guys can learn anything from me today, it's just about being selective with your trades. You know, like in trading, you're going to hear a lot of noise from people, and especially like with me streaming, like I hear a lot of noise from people, and I'm not even saying what they're saying isn't good or what they're saying is bad or anything like that, but I constantly see buy this stock now, hey, buy this stock, hey, do this, do that, buy this, and I just have to try to ignore it because, you know, I know my strategy, I know I can do it well, and the only thing I care about is my strategy. I don't care what everybody else is doing. I don't care what plays everybody else is making. I'm just sticking to what works for me. And the reason is because I'm independent of everybody else. I know I can trade the markets profitably regardless of what everybody else is doing. And so I just stick to what works, and I just try to rinse and repeat that strategy over and over and over again. And it works, you know. Like I said, not trying to sound like a broken record here, but 7 green days in a row. 1 losing day in the last 2 weeks. You know, running at about 73% accuracy, and so I'm happy with where my trading is, and I'm happy with my strategy. I'm just going to stick to it until I finish backtesting the VWAP bounce The VWAP fade is what I'm going to do over and over and over again. And you know why I'm going to do it over and over and over again? Is because it works. You know, that's it. That's all that matters. It works. Okay, so M and KD right now would actually be a VWAP rejection, right? So a VWAP rejection is a little bit different than a VWAP fade. The main difference is that a VWAP rejection is when a stock is in a bullish trend. So bullish trend here. You see the bullish trend. And then a VWAP rejection is when a stock breaks the bullish trend, breaks underneath the VWAP, bounces back to the VWAP, gets rejected, and preferably goes right back down to the low of the day. Like, that's a VWAP rejection. The accuracy rate compared with the VWAP fade isn't as high for the VWAP rejection. It doesn't work as much, but it's usually pretty good risk to reward. And so let's look at the risk to reward on this one to see if it's worth it. So you get in around the VWAP. It's a little bit too late, first of all, for this one because the entry would have been here at 272. But if you get in at 272, you could comfortably set your risk maybe at 280 here, right? And so you get 8-cent risk, potential reward. So your risk is at 280 here if you get in at 272. So 8-cent risk, potential reward would be maybe down to this low at 262 or maybe down to this low at 258. And so if you do 258, it's not bad. A little bit less than 2 to 1. And there it goes down to 258. And so yeah, but the accuracy rate isn't as good. But yeah, there it goes. VWAP rejection. Looks good. Yeah, exactly. Insurance, man. Yeah, no worries, Nicholas. No worries, brother. It looks good, though, man. It doesn't look bad. Like I said, the entry would have been up there at 272, maybe 273. And so, but yeah, that's a VWAP projection. It doesn't look bad. VSell, same thing. VSell doesn't look too bad here. Also, INT is right around there too. But yeah, VSell is getting awfully close to the VWAP. I'm probably just going to be done for the day though, guys. And so if you're in here trying to watch me get in more trades, you know, you might be disappointed. I probably won't get into anything else. But yeah, I'm happy with my trading, guys. Like I said, if you look at my P&L from the last, really the last month, like I've been pretty spot on lately, you know. So out of 15 trades, 4 were losing trades out of 15. 73.3% accuracy rate in the last 2 weeks. The last month isn't that bad either. Like the last month, so if I go back to August 4th. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last month, $244 in gross profits, $121 in net profits. But yeah, out of the last month, I've had 25 trades total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 losing trades out of 25. And so out of the last month, $17 out of 25 were profitable. Yeah, out of the last month, I've got a 68% accuracy rate over the last month. And so that's good as well. That's definitely acceptable. If you don't understand trading, you might think that's not good. But I mean, even a 55% accuracy rate, if you're using the right risk to reward, can be good, you know. Jordan. So what I'm doing, Jordan, is I'm shorting these stocks. So I'm shorting these stocks. And so when I short a stock, I profit when the stock goes down. Okay? And so what I did here with NEPT is the main strategy that I use, and it's called the VWAP fade. And the VWAP fade is essentially a bearish trend, so a downward trend. You can see a downward trend, a pullback to the VWAP, And this is where I enter the trade, is when it pulls back to the VWAP, and then a bigger drop. Preferably, you know, I want to see it like this. A big drop down to the next support level. That's really what I want to see. It may be kind of confusing here, but that's what I want to see. I didn't hold it as long as I probably should have, but then again, I got out right around the low. You know, I got the maximum out of this trade, really. I got out at like 430, and it only dropped down to 425, and so I got close to max profit on that one. But yeah, it's a shorting strategy, man. VCEL looks really good here. I really like this one. 10-cent spread, so I don't like it as much, actually. Too big of a spread. I don't feel like being down 10 cents as soon as I enter the trade, but it's setting up for a nice little VWAP fade, or maybe a VWAP rejection. I don't really know what you would call this one. Kind of a mix between both, but yeah, I'm shorting when I profit from the stocks going down. Also, I mean, GERN may be bouncing back to the VWAP here. It's what I'm looking at now. Okay, guys. Also, just a reminder, if you're interested in signing up for my broker, the broker I use is TEFS, but they're partnering with TradeNet, and they're partnered with TradeNet. And so if you're interested in signing up, they do have a back-to-school sale going on now where you get 20% off a TradeNet package. If you go through our link, I do make a small commission from it. And so if you want to help support our channel, you can go through that link. But I'll post that in the description or in the chat box here. But yeah, you get 20% off an intro package. I think it's $101 off. And there's the link there. So if you're interested in signing up to TradeNet, there's the link. You do get 20% off until the 6th. And so for another day, you get 20% off a TradeNet package, a TradeNet intro package, and you get 10% off the other packages if you go through my link. But yeah, there's my link if you guys are interested in signing up. Like I said, I do make a small commission from it, but if you want to help support our channel, you can go through that link. I try to be as honest as I can with regard to TradeNet and TEFS. The biggest flaw with TEFS is that some stocks are not tradable. Like out of my watch list today, 2 out of 12 were not tradable, and so that is something you got to consider. The main ones is really cheap penny stocks, like specifically stocks under $1. Most of the time, those are not tradable, and so if you only like trading cheap penny stocks, it's probably not the right broker for you. Luckily, I trade stocks in between $2 and $30, $40, and so it's the perfect broker for me. Cheap commissions at $3 for a round trip with less than 250 shares, and so really cheap commissions. Decent platform as well. But yeah, if you're interested in signing up, you can go through that link. All right, Track Racer, have a good day, brother. CAT Cat. On CAT, on CAT. I mean, I don't know. It's not a fade. It may be a bounce, but I don't know if about a fade. It would have to break underneath the VWAP to be a rejection, maybe. Self-taught, Chew. Yeah, I taught myself, man. Really quick also, guys. Today's news and everything was brought to you by SnapTrade. If you're interested in signing up to SnapTrade, it's 100% free, and it's an awesome free scanner for traders to take advantage of. I use them every day to look up the news, but what I do is, I didn't do it this morning, but I share my watch list with a group of traders each morning, about 30 traders, and so if you're interested in getting my watch list shared with you earlier in the market day, go check out SnapTrade, sign up, and you can either send me a message on Facebook or Twitter of your username or email that you used to sign up through Snaptrade, or just let me know in the chat. It's up to you, and I'll add you to the list and share my watch list with you each morning. There's also a really nice free scanner that has all these different pre-selected scans like upcoming earnings, high gainer penny stocks, high gainer volatile stocks, cryptocurrencies. So whatever your sector is, they have it. Like I said, I've been using them to look up the news as well. And so, for instance, if I want to look up the top news in the market, I can just go to top news. Or even if I just want to look up the catalyst for my watch list, I can go to Watchlist and it shows me all the news stories out on that watch list. So yeah, really awesome free scanner to go check out. It's Snaptrade, snaptrade.us. They did sponsor today's news, and so if you want to help support the channel, you can sign up to Snaptrade as well. But yeah, really awesome free scanner to use. I'll go ahead and post the link. No worries, insurance. Hey, whatever works, brother. There's the link to Snaptrade now. But yeah, guys, I'm probably done for the day. I'm not going to jump in anything else. I got my little green on the day. And the only one I'm really watching is VCEL here to see if it's fading. It's going to fade back down. But aside from that, I'm done for the day, guys. I'm not gonna mess with anything right now. I don't really like how this market has looked today. A lot of fake out, so I'm just happy to get out green. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I day trade live on stream every weekday morning, starting at 8:45 a.m. market time. I stream until about 10:15, 10:30. And so if you want to watch me day trade live, hit the subscribe button. Come check us out. Also, guys, if you're still here and if you appreciate this content and you appreciate the fact that I day trade live on stream and let you guys watch and hear my thought processes, I really appreciate it if you could click the like button right now on this video. It does help support us, so if you could click the like button, I really appreciate it, guys. Yeah, not a bad day in the market. Like I said, I don't really like how the market's been looking, but got out for a green day. That's my 7th green day in a row. And so I'll definitely take it, although it was $6. But yeah, I mean, I've been taking bigger sizing. I tried to use a little bit larger sizing this morning, and it just didn't end up working out. But I'm happy with you know, just a green day, just seeing green under realized profits. And so yeah, 7th green day in a row. I'll see how long I can keep this streak going. I do want to start taking some bigger size though, guys. It's really time. And I took my shot this morning. I'd like to get up to 400 shares. Hopefully in the next week or so. And so I tried a 200 or 300 share position on any PT this morning, and it ended up faking me out, and I got out for a small loss. And so I tried to take my shot with 300 shares this morning, and it just didn't work out. Also, guys, go check out Mitch's channel. Mitch is usually here. He should be back Friday, but go check out Mitch's channel. I'll post his link in the description or in the chat. So go check out Mitch's channel. There's the link if you're interested in seeing Mitch's trades. He's been posting a lot of trade recaps and stuff like that. So go check out Mitch's channel as well. He should be back here on Friday. But yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always. Thanks for watching.